With health restrictions easing off, buyers and sellers shifted their attention away from the market in July, marking the 4th month of declining activity and the slowest month we've seen so far this year. So what has this meant for prices? I'm Adina Dragasanu with OAKWYN Realty here with your August 2021 market update. Let's start off looking at sales. Sales in July were down 11% relative to June, and they were up 6% relative to July of last year. Overall, our market is still in very healthy territory, with sales up 13% relative to the 10-year sales average. This trend, however, has not been equal across property types, as we've seen a shift in buyer demand. Sales of townhome properties has remained relatively stable relative to last year. However, sales of detached homes have dropped 6% relative to last year, and buyers have made a return back to the condo market, with sales up 19% relative to last year. Even with this declining demand, low inventory continues to be a problem in our marketplace. We see the pace of new listings coming onto the market was down 25% relative to June, and it was down 26% relative to July of last year. Looking at this historically, we see that the pace of new listings coming onto the marketplace is down about 12% relative to the 10-year sales average. Looking at the total inventory of homes available for sale in the marketplace right now, we see that it's down 9% relative to June, and it's down about 18.5% relative to July of last year. This brings us to our sales to active listings ratio, which is our leading indicator to show where prices are headed. This ratio was at 34% for the month of July, which is almost unchanged from the month of June. However, this is the 4th straight month in a row that we've seen this ratio decline from its peak in March when it was at 62%. Typically, analysts say we start seeing downward pressure on prices when this ratio is down below 12% and upward pressure on prices when this ratio is over 20%. So at 34%, we're still technically in a seller's market territory. However, at 34%, this is obviously a much more manageable pace than we were seeing 4 months ago, and we have started seeing prices easing off. Looking at the HPI benchmark price indicators, they remained almost unchanged in July versus June. For all property types, the HPI benchmark price remained at $1,175,000, which is currently up 14% relative to July of last year. Looking at detached home, prices remained unchanged relative to June, but they were up 21% relative to last year. For townhomes, again, we saw prices remain almost unchanged. However, they're up about 17% relative to July of last year. And for condos, prices are up just over 8% relative to July of last year. So what's ahead and what does this mean for you? I expect that once we start heading into the fall market and people start returning back from vacations and holidays, people are going to be focused again on real estate, and we should start seeing increased activity both on the sales side and the listing side. If you're thinking of making a move this year, be sure to get in touch and start planning ahead for the fall market. For a detailed look at what's happening in your neighborhood or to better understand how to take advantage of this market, be sure to get in touch.